Okay, here's a question for you. What is the most important thing in supply chain management, in good supply chain management? And I'll tell you, you can never get enough of it. That's what we're talking about this week, coming right up. Okay, so what do you think is the most important thing in supply chain management? As I said, you can never get enough of it. Do you think it could be, great service or low costs, or could it be something else? I reckon it's information. Now, I'm not talking about data. Data and information are two totally different things. I think a lot of organizations these days are awash with data. They've got terabytes of data coming at them. But it's really no use to them because it's data and it's not information. So what's the difference? Information is useful. It's data that has been interpreted, that is showing you trends, that's giving you valuable knowledge about your supply chain. And why is that so important? Look, it's always been important, forever in supply chain. But what has changed over the last couple of decades is our ability to gather that data and our ability to analyze that data. And as our supply chains have become more efficient over the years and leaner over the years, and that's been a bit of a challenge, hasn't it, through COVID, because a lot of them became so lean that they were a little bit inflexible when disruption occurred. But our supply chains have, to a degree, become so finely tuned that we're using that really good information now to just finally get the ultimate tuning out of that supply chain. And it's the gathering of that information, it's the information systems that are allowing us to do that. So let's just think about how important information is. I almost said data. Let's think about how important information is in your supply chain. And yes, it does come down to things like service and cost. If you want to improve any aspect of your supply chain, you've got to have good, accurate information, timely information. So some of the things that we work on in my consulting business in Logistics Bureau, they're very information intensive. We collect huge millions of lines of data and we turn that into meaningful information. We do that when we're studying things like inventory. If you're forecasting demand, if you're trying to look at patterns in inventory usage and work out what inventory levels you should be holding, of course you need accurate data. If you're monitoring customer service levels and things like that, you've got to have very timely data. During the initial stages of COVID, it was a real rush to get point of sale data as quick as possible so that you could see peaks and troughs in demand. So that is absolutely vital. Cost information is absolutely vital. In detail, not aggregated costs. A lot of businesses still record cost information in their supply chain in big buckets. This is our warehousing costs and this is our transport costs. But you've got to be able to dissect that and get much more detailed insights into your supply chain. So end-to-end supply chain is so reliant on good information now. And if you're new to the field of supply chain, maybe you're starting your career in supply chain, I know a lot of people watching the channel are studying supply chain and really just looking for that first supply chain role. Information in supply chain is going to become more and more important. So don't ask me which systems should I learn, Rob. It's not about the system. It's about being able to manipulate very large amounts of data and know what to look for, to recognize patterns, to know how to create really meaningful information out of that data. And the software package that you're using is almost immaterial. We use tools in our consulting work like Power BI, which have fantastic dashboard visuals and so on, to be able to show people the information that we're drawing from the data. So there we go. What's the most important thing in supply chain management? Timely and accurate information. That's what I reckon it is. Do you agree? Or do you think there's something much more important in supply chain management? Love to hear down below. Oh, and if you're new to the channel, do make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell. That way you'll get notified every time we have a new video coming out. And I try to get them out every week, currently on a Tuesday evening. So thanks for watching and see you next week. Bye for now.